Kitty Cat. Hi, Blues. Can everybody hear me okay? Oh, hi, Grace. Hi, Sam Y5432. Okay, good. You can hear me. So it's been a while since I've been live. I don't think I've been live since like summertime. Hello. Ah, there's already 73 people here. Cool. So today I'm going to be doing a live Q&A. Mostly also going to be talking about the recent news article that came out. And that, Nola loves Petunia. Hi. And that can actually be found in the description. So if you guys want to check out the link for that, it'll be in the description of this video. Let me see if I can put it here in the chat too, just in case for anybody who hasn't seen it yet. There we go. So I put the link in the comments. That is going to be the link to the news article and something that I'm going to be talking about and answering questions about today. So I'm going to give it a few minutes and let people start joining us. You're in theater and secretly watching this. That's cool. Okay, let me try to keep up with the comments here. No, I will not be getting a new service dog. If I needed a service dog, I would just use Caspian since he is a service dog. I'll probably be live for about maybe half an hour. Oh, thank you, Emily. Emily says she likes my hair. Thanks to you, I got a pig. That's pretty cool. All right, so let's get started on that. So I'm doing this about the news article that came out recently. I did a kind of a live stream on it on Instagram, although I think the internet was pretty choppy that day. And the news article I linked in my community feed, and I also put it here in the comments. So that's one of the things that I wanted to talk about today and kind of clarify some things. There's some comments I'm going to go over from the community post and kind of talk about that. So does anybody have any questions about that? It also kind of went into the last video that I updated. On Monday, I uploaded a video called Farm Guardians, and that included llamas, donkeys, and dogs. And so that video, it was kind of a coincidence. I was literally working on that video because of things that had been happening in December. And since then, that I wanted to do a video about that because it's something that's really important, especially given the dog attacks and everything like that. And while I was working on that video, I found out that a local petting zoo had also been attacked and had been attacked that morning. So that was two different events, which we're going to go over. But yeah, so that was something that happened. And then after that, the news reached out to me and wanted to talk more about it. And so that's what we're going to be discussing. So just to start off with, does anybody have any particular questions about the event? Honestly, I said I wasn't going to really be talking about this, and that's how I felt back in December when it happened. I put up a post and I said I don't want to be talking about it. But after what happened with the local petting zoo, I realized that we kind of do need to talk about it, even if we don't want to. Like, it's something that's hard for me to talk about, but I think people need to know about it. So I'm not going to be going into too many details, but I do want to talk about some of the stuff involving that. So let me see. Let me look at the comments really quick because I think I saw some people. Uh, okay, let me go through this. You could get high fences. High fences is actually not the issue. We're suffering from dog attacks, not, um, I don't know, foxes, or I think wolves can also get across pretty high fences. Dogs don't usually go over a fence. They usually dig under or they tear through fencing. So high fences do not help in that situation. Um, Also, geographically, it's pretty hard to fence in some farms due to just the terrain and things like that. Uh, I'm not going to go into detail about why, but there are certain areas on our farm that is just impossible to fence in. Let's see what else. Why did I never see this on the news? If you live in El Paso, it was on KFox News. You're not going to see this on the national news, although it would be interesting to see a news article like that. But this was something that happened local, so it was on the local news. But here's the news. I'm going to copy paste it into the chat again because you can see the video on that link. But that's if you don't live here in El Paso, you probably wouldn't have seen it. How do you train a dog to guard? If you're talking about a farm guardian, that is something I'm going to be discussing. But like I said in my farm guardian video, there's not a lot of training that goes involved. So check that out if you want to learn more about getting a farm guardian for yourself. Why do you think the petting zoo was attacked? So the petting zoo was attacked because people just don't keep their dogs in their yard. That's just super common, especially with the culture around here. People just think it's not something that's that important. And so the dogs were loose and they got attacked because the dogs wanted something fun to do. And dogs can be really aggressive and enjoy chasing after things until they kill it. And that's the difference between dogs and wolves. That's one of the big things that I'm always saying to people is that dogs kill for sport. So that's why dogs can kill so many animals. A lot of people didn't believe that two dogs killed 10 animals in a short period of time at the petting zoo. But it's very easy to believe because they just went from one to the next to the next. They were not killing so that they could eat it. They just wanted to chase it and kill it. And then once, it wasn't fighting anything anymore, they went on to the next. So that's why they got attacked because people don't take care of their own dogs. Could they have protected them more? That's really hard. There's a lot of things you can do as a farmer in order to protect your animals, but there is nothing that you can do to make sure that they are, 100% never going to be attacked. There's things you can do with fencing, farm guardians, just different things like that, but it's impossible to protect them 100%. It's just so hard. We hadn't had something like this happen in years, and it kind of got comfortable, like you just got used to it being okay, like not having to worry about it. Now it's a really big issue since I lost my farm guardian. My animals are going to be vulnerable until my new farm guardians are old enough to protect the animals. I think that they had good fencing and all of that, but big dogs, they just can get through if they really want to. I never saw it, and then I was wondering if it was showed. Yeah, you can see the video on the link that I put. Whoa, that moved too fast. Yeah, some dogs can jump higher than that, but usually going over a fence is not the issue. I am trying to look at your comments, but it is hard to navigate this thing. Were the other male alpacas and goats near the attack that happened? Yes, they were near it. However, the one male was separated by himself, just because he was older and very pushy with the younger ones. So it's hard to get male alpacas together when there's age differences and you have one that's older and going to fight with other males. So we hadn't completely integrated them yet. And so he was he was in another pen, not with them. And that's one of the things that really sucked too, is that there wasn't a llama with him, and my two female llamas, they were responsible for keeping the female alpacas alive. They moved them away from the attack and they kept them together, and I was really shocked. When that happened, I have one alpaca that has hip problems. If you've seen her in my videos, she walks funny and she gets around really well, but she's not very fast. And so that was immediately who I was worried about when that happened that night. But it actually turned out that she was okay. Would you say most of the attacks are the same type of dogs? Um, yes, but I wouldn't know if this is just because that's the type of dogs people around here like to keep, or if it really would have something to do with the breed. When we get attacks by uh, herding dogs, such as like blue heelers, things like that, pit bulls, German shepherds, um, Rottweilers. Those are typically like the types, just all like shepherd mixes. Those are the type of dogs that we see the most, but I wouldn't know if that would be because it's the breed or if it's just because that's a type of dog that's popular around here. Those are actually three pretty popular breeds in this town. Let's see. What animals need the most protection? Uh, most of your livestock animals. Let's see. Sheep, goats, alpacas. Those are probably the weakest targets, as well as birds, including like chickens and ducks. Horses also need protection, and they're really big. And I think people forget a lot of times that they can actually be hurt by a dog. And maybe the dog won't be able to kill them, but you could end up having to put the horse down because of the trauma to their legs. Even cows. Cows are huge animals you think a dog wouldn't be able to take down, but they do kill the calves, the baby cows. Okay, I live on a mini farm and fences are about 3.5 feet high. Is that safe? Sounds like a dog could jump over that. What about barbed wire? It doesn't stop them. Some of these dogs, they can get hurt in the process and they'll continue. And I guess it's just the adrenaline, but uh, barbed wire could be a deterrent. Um, but like I said, it's really hard to make something dog proof. And dogs are really smart. They can find a way to get over fences. Yes, that is so true. Let's see. What's the best number of guard dogs? I think you need for sure at least two or more. We had one, and I always wanted two, but I when I was getting the dog, back when we first got this dog, I couldn't. I was having a hard time finding them, and so I got him, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna keep looking for one, and then get another one, and then it didn't work out. Once he got a little older, he just did not like other dogs. It did not work getting a companion to guard with him. And so now, when I got another dog, I got two. I was like, I'm not even gonna go through that again. I got two right away just to start off with. Um, if you, it depends on the size of the property, and the amount of animals that they're going to be guarding. Uh, we're going to do two for now and see how that goes. But I did consider three. Just I thought I would be overwhelmed with three, and I do think I would have been. I've been doing really good with these two, but they're not like the corgis. When I had the puppies, I did keep three puppies, and it wasn't that difficult. But these dogs are big. They're a lot different than corgis, and I think three would have overwhelmed me. So I do feel I made the right decision, but I don't know. Just I guess it depends on what you yourself can handle too. I had a dog and it jumped over our fences and destroyed our duck. Yeah, that really does suck too when your own pets are doing that. Uh, let's see. Uh, why don't then just let's see. Why don't then just haven't people there during the attack? Why not have people there during the attack? Basically, you would have to have people standing out in a field with a bunch of livestock 24/7. That would be the only way to always catch the attack. This one happened at 3 in the morning. Yes, the farm guardian dog did pass away. That's Lycan, and you can see him in my video from Monday. There's video clips of him in that video. I'm just trying to go through these comments so that I can answer the ones about the attack. Mm, there's a lot of comments to go through. Sorry about that. Would it help if you installed cameras? Yes, we do have cameras installed throughout the property. The hard thing with that is putting motion detector on on cameras. When you have livestock, they're going to be ringing those alerts every couple of minutes because they're going to walk by. Like you can't be like, oh, let me just set it so that if a dog walks by, it'll ring. Your livestock is going to be ringing that all the time. So yes, we do have cameras installed throughout the property. Also, some when you're talking about a farm, you're not going to have Wi-Fi throughout the entire place, and you're not going to have electricity throughout the entire place. So, um, cameras are sometimes an option, but not everywhere and not always. But yes, we do have cameras installed in uh, several places. Um, why can't you have a 7-foot fence? Uh, like I said, like I've been saying, the dogs aren't going over the fence, so height does not matter. Mm. Would you consider the dogs that attack to be more feral or just dogs that aren't trained properly? Okay, this is a big one, and I feel like I've repeated myself so many times in the article, on my videos, here in the chat. A feral dog is a dog that is not even a stray. It's a dog that's completely gone. back to being wild. They are hunting for food. They are surviving on their own. They do not have a home. They do not have an owner. That is not what is going on with this situation, with these attacks. These are pets. Pets live in someone's home. These dogs have an owner. They have a house. They are being fed. Um, their care is obviously not great because they're out on the street, but someone's taking care of these dogs. These dogs belong to someone, and they go out at night and have fun. And people think that's okay. They think it's okay if their dog runs around the neighborhood. They're not properly kept in the yard or inside the house. And that's why these dogs are not feral. They are not hungry. They are not after these animals in order to eat something. They're after it because they want to kill. These are just dogs that are looking for something fun to do. So, no, these are not feral dogs. They are not stray dogs. They are someone's pets. Um, and definitely, there are people being attacked by feral dogs out in places. Just in this situation, in like my situation, and with the local petting zoo, and with all the farmers in the area, these dogs that are coming in are people's pets. They are not hungry. So let's see. I think I'm caught up on the chat. So I want to go over some of the comments that I've gotten on the community post, because I think it's really important to uh, just make sure that everything's accurate and that we are talking about that people have the right information. Um, so, for example, one of the first ones that I wanted to address is Mimo Tessie commented, just in the screenshot, it goes from saying 2 dogs to a pack of dogs. There's a difference. I'm not trying to be heartless. I love animals more than anything. I hate exaggerations when it comes to their well being. So I'm going to read the screenshot that she is referring to. She, as in me, told K Fox she understands how the owners of Lincoln Dairy feel after 2 dogs slaughtered 10 of their animals. It's just so upsetting and heartbreaking seeing someone's dogs here killing your animals. Arriola said, you feel the loss, you feel the pain. These animals die very horrific ways. She says a pack of dogs came into her farm and killed an alpaca and 5 or 6 chickens on December 13th, 2018. So it goes from saying 2 dogs to a pack of dogs. Yes, it does, because this is 2 separate situations. As you can read here, there was an attack on Livestock, which is a local petting zoo in which 2 dogs were involved. Then we're talking about a separate attack on a separate day involving different animals and different people. So, yes, the number did change because this is 2 different situations. It's not an exaggeration. Uh, these 2 attacks have nothing to do with each other than it is dog attacks on someone's animals. They're not the same dogs. It's not the same people. I am not a petting zoo. So yeah, that that is why it says 2 different things, because it's 2 different stories. So really important to understand there. Um, it is not an exaggeration. It is just the person telling them what's going on. So let's see. 1 second. What if they attack someone's child? Yes, that is so true. Just a sec. What is? Sorry. Okay. What if they attack someone's child? Yes, that is a huge concern. Dogs that aggressive could definitely attack a person. I feel sometimes things get out of control and it's not possible to control everything. Yeah, that's like my biggest problem is I'm a bit of a control freak and it's hard understanding that you can't control everything. Are people coming forward and taking responsibility for the dogs that were making the attacks? In my situation, no. It's I doubt it ever. That would just never happen. In with the dairy, they did say that they were looking for the owners, and I don't know how true this was. It was some I don't remember if it was an article or a comment that somebody said they thought they did know who the dogs were, who they belonged to. Those dogs were killed. The ones that attacked the dairy were killed, and they are looking for the owners. But I have not seen anything coming out that they were able to find them. They probably were not microchipped, so most likely the owners are not going to come forward. Just how it goes. Somebody is filling up my feed with, let's see. Trying to get to your comments. Sorry, guys. Not very nice what people are saying. I don't think some of these I mean, I did get one comment that was just like absolutely awful. It's on my Guardian video from Monday. But for the most part, people aren't really saying this to be mean. It's just they don't understand what's going on. And that's why I wanted to talk about this in a live stream because it's, I think, better to address what they're saying and try to explain it to them. I think most people don't quite understand um, what what's going on. People have such a hard time believing that someone's pets are killing other animals. Okay, let's see. What other one did I want to address here? Oh, there's a few people saying that now they're going to know where I live. I have had and I've had my city on underneath in the description of my videos for years now. So if you're barely getting onto that, you are not the detective that you think you are. So yeah, I think most of my really awesome fans have known where what city I live in for a long time. So yeah. It's surprising that there's dogs that are pets and they can be very aggressive and that there's stray dogs that can be very friendly. Yeah, that's really crazy. It is really crazy that somebody's pets can be that aggressive. I've seen. I worked at a vet clinic for a long time. I'm not working there anymore, but I did vlogs and stuff when I was working there. And when I was working there, there was people that were afraid of their dogs, like just straight out afraid of them. I don't know how you would even keep a dog in your house that you were terrified of. Like, just it was crazy. But yeah, some people's pets are very aggressive. You're not worried that some people will know your address and might creep up on your house. I've never given anybody my address like online. You know, I don't know. People can be stalkerish. I hope nobody has my address, but I've been careful to not ever give anybody my address. So I don't. This situation that happened and talking about the dog attacks is certainly not a situation in which suddenly my address is going to be out there. So what else do we have to talk about? And to see if there was any more comments I wanted to address from there. Oh, thank you, B. Wood. Sorry for the rude and terrible comments. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Edwards. Okay, so let me see if there's any other comments we should talk about on there. I don't know if there was anything else that we needed to. I think that was mostly it. Is that I did really want to address the part about the article not being accurate because it was an exaggeration. And that was actually why I did the news story with Ryan Hill, the journalist, is because I wanted people to understand that this is happening. Like, it got a lot of news coverage with the dairy farm because they're very popular in this town, and a lot of people, go there. And so it got a lot of news coverage, and people were so shocked by it. And people like me don't find it shocking, and so I wanted to do the news story so that people understood what was going on. And I think anybody who says something like that really missed the point of the article, is that it's not this crazy situation that just happened to me. It happens to a lot of farmers. It's something we deal with on a daily basis since the attack, since the farm guardian dog got killed. The dogs have kept coming in, and they're going to keep coming until we have the puppies old enough to start guarding. Uh, yeah, it's not an isolated event. It's hard. It makes you feel very stressed out. Trying to sleep at night and hoping they don't come in. My animals were out on pasture because, like I said, we got really comfortable with this dog. He kept dogs off the property for years, and then freak situation, he got outnumbered, overpowered, and now that we don't have him, I do lock up my animals every night and make it as secure as possible. But yeah, it's very stressful, and it's just something that farmers have to deal with. So that was like the two most important things that I wanted people to get from that article is, one, it's happening to everybody, to all the farmers. Actually, not even just all the farmers. Now they've been talking to other people whose dogs have been attacked in their yard. They don't even have livestock, and they're getting attacked. And two, that these are not wild dogs. They're not feral dogs. They're not even stray dogs. They belong to people. They're being fed. They have owners. So yeah. Those were the two most important things. Let me see. I'm going to try to answer a few last questions. Already been live for 30 minutes. Time goes by so fast. How do you secure your dogs to make sure they don't get out? The best you can, make sure that the yard is well fenced in, that they can't dig under or go over. If your dog does get out, try to fix the situation. These people, it's not like, oh, this is the first time their dogs got out now. Like, they know they can get out, and they don't do anything to fix it. Because that's the thing too, is that the first time a dog gets out, that he's probably not going to wander that far. Depends on the dog, of course, but most of them are not going to go very far the first time that they are able to escape. Oh, thank you, Janet. You're really nice. Alrighty, so I'm gonna stay on probably for about 6 more minutes. So, does anybody have any other questions? Or, I said I would also answer a few other questions besides just this particular situation. Is it a common thing, anything we can do to prevent that type of behavior in feral dogs? Well, feral dogs, that's a dog that's probably been born out on the street and is just never had contact with humans. And to prevent that, people need to spay and neuter. That's just the only thing you can do there. Baywood says, "My guinea pigs are scared of me." Do you have their cage on the floor or on a table? I actually noticed that when you put when you put guinea pigs on a table and they're at a higher, like closer level to your head, they seem to be less afraid. That's worked for a lot of people. I was wondering if a chinchilla and sugar glider would get along. Um, that I don't know who would honestly win in that situation, but there would definitely be fighting. A lot of people have asked me if they could put their sugar glider with their hamster, and sugar glider would try to eat a hamster. Just, I think a chinchilla would definitely be too big for them to eat, but it definitely wouldn't go well. Did any chickens have to be culled after the attack because of injuries? Uh, Fortunately, no. We didn't have to do that with the chickens. Uh, they were they were dead already when it happened. It's just, and that's I'm not really going to talk about details with that because, two, this is a kid channel, and I don't think that we should be traumatizing people. You don't have sugar gliders. Oh, okay. Emily Francis says, "How do you divide your love and attention with all your animals and bond with them since you have so many?" So that's a question I get a lot. Um, it's hard to answer. I do actually manage to do it pretty well. I think it's because I have so much time to spend with them. But one of the things is like socializing with multiple animals at the same time. Some of my animals do like want one-on-one attention, so I try to do that. Some animals, like for example, alpacas, they're a herd animal, so it's kind of just like a group, and uh, get to you get to bond with all of them kind of at the same time, and that's what herd animals do well with is they are actually more friendly when there's more of them. So that sometimes people think like, oh, I'll get just a few alpacas, like I'll get two or three, and then they get them and they're not that friendly. But then later, when you have more alpacas, they become more friendly towards you. So that's one of the things about herding animals. You can actually bond with them at the same time. That works out really well. Uh, yeah, I just spend a lot of time with all the animals, and I think too, I let a lot of the animals come to me instead of me going to them, and that makes it so that they can come to me on their terms when they feel comfortable, and that seems to really, really gain the animals' trust. Is that they like to approach you. Uh, how's the training for your dogs going? Really good, actually. The Great Pyrenees are super smart, but I can't wait to do videos about them because they are not like other breeds. They're really smart, but it's sometimes it's like dealing with a cat. I do have plans on getting a new animal, maybe, but I'm gonna keep that a secret for now. How do you make good edited videos? I use Premiere Pro. Adobe has really good programs. That's what I use. Chinese geese make good alarms, apparently. My goose is a really good alarm. My goose actually, when that happened, she took all of the ducks and took them to the pond. They actually usually sleep over by the barn, but she took them to the pond and she put them all under the dock. We have this like wood dock that goes out over the water. And so that was a really good place for them to be. And they were very protected there. So they all survived. And that was definitely thanks to her. She's smart. They make, that was actually one comment that I got is why not talk about geese as guard animals? That goose is smart. She's a good alarm system. She took care of the ducks, but she's not a farm guardian. Like going up a dog, she would definitely lose. But yeah, they do make good alarms. Guineas also make good alarms. They make a super annoying noise that whenever they're scared or see something new. Alrighty, well, yeah, that's it for this live stream. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Sorry, the subject was pretty sad, but I think it's something important to talk about and important for people to have a good understanding of. So yeah, check out the article, which is linked in the description of this video, and also my video from Monday if you guys want to learn more about it. Pretty interesting stuff, and I think a good thing for people to know, good thing for pet owners to understand what farmers are dealing with, and just other pet owners too. It's not like you have to have livestock in order for this to happen to you. It's happening to people who just have a house with a little yard and some dogs. So, oh yeah, thank you. Bye guys.